Well, hello and welcome to this video series. I am Jennifer Campbell, your online systemic leadership mentor. And in this short video series, I want to share with you my learning and experience during a course in the city of York in England, which is all about applying the system-centered training approach in the workplace and in everyday life. Today, I'd like to share a little bit more about what system-centered training is and what living human systems are. And so that's how we started off today as well, actually. And when you look at system-centered training, or SCT, then the underlying theory of that is the theory of living human systems as developed by Yvonne Agazarian. And the theory of living human systems is really an invitation. It's like a lens. It's a way of looking through a lens to see if you discover or experience something differently in the real world than when you do not look through this lens. And so you can really put this theory to the test to see if it adds to your experience of the world. And SCT is the practical application of this theory. The theory of living human systems, of course, defines what living human systems are and the characteristics that they have. And, living human systems, we live in them all the time, and we are part of many of them, such as families or teams or organizations, communities, groups. And they all have three characteristics. They have energy, they have boundaries, and they have goals. And the energy in living human systems are usually human beings who, together from their collaboration, work towards the common goal of the entire living human system. And the boundaries define who are inside the living human system and who are outside, and what information needs to be in the system and what information is out of the system. Now, these three characteristics are very important because the theory of living human systems also mentions that every living human system has a very important goal, and that is to survive, develop, and transform. And SCT then is a way to actually reach those goals. And what SCT states is that in order for a team or an organization to survive and develop and transform, it needs to differentiate and integrate differences. So what does that mean? It means that in order to survive, develop, and transform, there's interaction between the living human system and its environment. And from that environment, new information comes in. This can be data or people or anything. And it may or may not cross the boundary. And depending on whether, for example, a team takes on new information so that it can grow, depends on how it processes that information. So how do you differentiate between information that a system can use and that needs to be kept out? And how open do you keep your boundaries, and when do you close them? And so that's a differentiating, and there is integrating. So once we take on the new information, how do we process it in such a way that our system survives, develops, and transforms? And so system-centered training is a way of differentiating and integrating. And the way that SET does that is by a method called functional subgrouping. Now, it takes a whole nother video to explain what that process is, but for now, it's a methodology so that the systems can survive, develop, and transform. I think that's enough for day one. There's so much more I can share with you about what was my learning for today, but this is a very big chunk of it. So thank you so much for watching. Another video and more videos will come up in due course. And if you have any comments or questions, please write them below this video, and I'd be happy to comment to them. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to be notified when the next video becomes available. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. See you next time.